Not worth your money. I feel like it's the type of game I'm gonna maybe play 1 week and get tired of fast. It's not at all great and it's getting repetitive already. From what I've seen, the game doesn't look worth paying for since it only has one mode. While the initial gameplay looks okay, the lack of game modes and clearly the attempt to microtransaction this game beyond belief, I really doubt that this is going to survive. The game isn't gonna last, to be fair. Welcome to a new video. We are going to be talking about the newly released Crash Team Rumble, and your guys' opinion on this game is resoundingly negative, saying it's not worth your money, the game is not gonna survive. There's been a lot of comments on my previous video with this opinion on the game. So what we'll do today is we'll discuss everything the game has to offer and see how long this game will survive and what it needs to actually thrive as a multiplayer only experience. How we're gonna do this is I'm gonna split up the video in different parts and we'll take a look at different things throughout the video, and then at the end of the video make like kind of a little verdict. Is this game going to survive? How long is it going to survive? Is it gonna die off really quickly? We'll talk about that at the end of the video. But what we'll discuss is 1. The content we already have in the game at launch, 2. The replayability and just the overall experience of playing the game, 3. The future plans the developers have for this game, and 4. What the game actually needs in order to survive. So, first of all, what I want to mention is that this game is an online-only paid game. Yes, there's only one mode in this game and it is multiplayer. There is no single-player mode. You can play the one mode that there is in the game against bots, but it's not really a story-driven single-player experience. The main game mode is just the competitive game mode in this game. Together with it being a paid game, it already causes a lower player base than usual. A multiplayer only experience does need a player base in order to survive, and making this game a paid game means there's gonna be fewer people playing the game in comparison to making it free to play. In my opinion, it still needed to be a free to play game, and then they can add microtransactions into it. Now it seems like they went like both ways. They made it a paid game and they want to add microtransactions through battle passes and stuff. So I'm not too sure if that's the right move. In my opinion, it still needed to be a free to play game, but it isn't right now. So looking at the content we already have at launch, the game launches with one game mode. The overall experience of Crash Team Rumble is a 4v4 arena battle where both teams fight for the most amount of Wumpa Fruit. That is the game mode in this game. Together with that, we also have 8 characters. Now, in my opinion, 8 characters was like the bare minimum. I still feel like there's not enough characters in this game. It launches with Crash Bandicoot, Coco, Tawna, Entropy, Dingodile, Dr. Cortex, Catbat, and Embryo. And in my opinion, the full OG cast of the Crash Bandicoot universe had to be already playable during launch, but they decided to actually go against that and just go with 8 playable characters. Now I know there's extra characters coming, but in the characters department, I feel like the game is a little bit lacking there. Now we come to the elephant in the room, and that is the Battle Pass system. Toys for Bob let us know that the first Battle Pass is going to be free for everyone, but from the second Battle Pass onwards, it's gonna be paid only. So I think it's gonna be around 10 euros for the Battle Pass. It has 100 levels and a lot of customization items to unlock through just playing the game, which is fine. A Battle Pass is fine, but it being the only way to kind of unlock things for your characters is kind of a downside in my opinion. As of right now, there are no challenges. Yes, you can level up your character to level 15, and then your character gets a legendary skin, which is pretty cool. It's just a different colored version of the character. But it's still pretty cool. You can show off you actually mastered that character by using that legendary skin. But other than that, there is no online store, there is no in-game currency you gain by playing matches that you can spend on customization items. Right now, the only way to get customization items is through the Battle Pass, and I feel like it's gonna be pretty annoying. I feel like the FOMO is gonna play a big part for a lot of people, and a lot of people are therefore going to be purchasing the Battle Pass. Now, in terms of customization, there is lots of things you can do. You can change the appearance of your character with hats, with backpacks, with skins. You also have banners, you have emblems, you can change the music when you die, you can change the music when you're the top performer. It's good. The customization is good in this game, but as I said, only obtaining this through a Battle Pass system is kind of a letdown in my opinion. So that is basically the content we have during launch. I know there's gonna be a lot of content added, we will talk about that later on in this video, but let's move on to the replayability. This is where Crash Team Rumble actually shines in my opinion. The replayability is good. Not a single match is gonna be the same, the lineup isn't gonna be the same. We got 8 different arenas, which is alright, I guess. It could have been a little bit bigger, like a little bit more arenas, but 8 is fine in my opinion. And the gameplay itself is fun. It's addicting, every role plays differently. And if you focus on your specific task when selecting a role, the game actually becomes a lot of fun. There's also a learning curve as well, like some characters are more difficult to play than others. Like I know Dr. Cortex is one of the more difficult ones to actually play as, compared to Crash, which is one of the more easier ones. And the fact that the gameplay is so fast-paced, the matches go by really quickly, you're just at the edge of your seat every time you play the game. But on the other hand, because there's only one experience here, because there's only one mode, and people have been talking about this already, people are feeling that this type of gameplay is gonna tire out really quickly. Some people say they can see them play the game for like a week, 2 weeks, maybe a month, and then they get bored of the game. And that, I think, is one of the hardest things in this game. The hardest things is keeping this game alive with only one game mode or one experience. My honest opinion, I can see myself playing this game a lot. I already have like 5 to 10 hours on this game, and I still don't really feel tired out. But I can see myself getting bored a little bit when there's not enough updates and only the same game mode. Once you learn the characters and once you learn how to play the game, it's also gonna be a lot more frustrating playing alone. It looks like it's the type of game that's actually fun playing with friends rather than just playing alone. It looks like it's gonna be super frustrating when your team isn't ready to cooperate. So yes, do I feel like the game is gonna tire out pretty quickly? Yes. In my opinion, the first few weeks, the first few months is gonna be really cool. Toys for Bob is gonna have to do a lot of work to keep this experience fresh. Speaking about keeping the experience fresh, Toys for Bob actually came out with their future plans for this game as well, and it looks like it is divided into seasons. Right now we have Season 1 going from June the 20th to September the 11th, so it looks like every single season is gonna last about 3 months. And they said here there's a free premium battle pass for all users in Season 1. There's also a new map coming called Bogged Down, and we also have 2 new heroes. We got Ripperoo and we got Engine. We got a new power, the TNT Sticky Bomb, and a new limited time mode, Zap Trap. So they are going to be adding new maps, adding new characters, adding new game modes. But I feel like, I mean, it's pretty cool, but I feel like A season that tends to last 3 months and only coming out with 1 new game mode, 1 new map and 2 new characters, I'm not too sure is the right way to go. In my opinion, a game like this really needs frequent updates, so at least 1 new hero every month, or 2 new heroes every month, or a new map or a new mode every month, just to keep this fresh. Just 1 single new mode in 3 months, and then you gotta wait 3 more months for an update. It's not really looking good. I'm happy they're gonna update this game frequently, but I feel like it's not gonna be enough to keep the people hooked in this game. So, the final point here is, what does the game need in order to survive? The first thing I want to add is a rank system. The game mode we're playing right now is called competitive, but there's nothing really competitive about it. What I mean with a competitive game mode is, 1, there is a rank system, and every time you win you gain points, every time you lose points. And there's also a role queuing system. What I mean with that is, a team should be balanced. There should be a scorer, there should be a booster, there should be a blocker. Right now you can go into a game and play with all scorers, all Crash Bandicoots, and that's definitely not gonna win you a lot of games. A team needs to be balanced. You need a blocker, you need a scorer, you need a booster, so you can just, in that competitive game mode, just queue up as a scorer, and the game puts you in a team that already has a blocker and a booster. That's basically how competitive works, and you can have a separate game mode, just a casual game mode, and keep that the game mode we have right now, but the implementation of a ranked mode would be so freaking good for this game. One more thing the game does need is, of course, more characters more frequently. 2 new characters in 3 months is not going to be enough, in my opinion. At least 1 or 2 characters every month would be perfect. The Crash Bandicoot franchise has so many characters that there's endless possibilities. They're even introducing new characters like Catbat as well, so there can be crossovers. I think they have plans to introduce Spyro into this game as well, so much potential for new characters, but they right now decide to just come with 2 new characters every single 3 months. It's not gonna be enough, so more characters, more maps, and more modes is definitely gonna keep this game fresh. One more thing I want to see added is an actual brawling mode. Like, I know the main focus of the game is not to actually engage into fights, and most of the time when you start fighting someone, they just run for their lives. But an actual brawler mode would be really cool, like where the main focus is just to kill each other, just to knock down each other. It's just, that would be so much fun, and would actually switch up the experience a lot as well. So, my final verdict, having said all that, is this game going to survive? I feel like it is for the first season, and hopefully in the second season there's gonna be a lot more added compared to the first season, because after 3 months people are going to get tired out a little bit from just the 1 or maybe 2 game modes. So I think the game is gonna survive 3 months, maybe half a year, and then I'm not too sure. I'm looking forward to see where this game is gonna go, and the game has a lot of potential, but so far I see where you guys are coming from, where your concerns are coming from. Where there's only 1 mode, you're gonna tire out really quickly, it's not worth your money. I feel like I understand where you guys are coming from. The overall experience is quite fun, and there is a lot of potential here for the game, but it's gonna need a lot of updates to keep it alive. Let me know what you think about the longevity of this game. Are your concerns having an impact on your decision to buy this game? Is that why you don't buy it quite yet? You want to see where this game is gonna go, how many updates the game is gonna have? Is that why you kind of pass on it so far? Or are you actually really enjoying the game as of right now, just like me? I'm having an absolute blast on this game so far. Let me know down below in the comments section. For now, I'm gonna end the video right here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like if you want to see more. Then subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.